Hey guys, TerMINator here with another Unison League video, and I want to start off the video by saying thank you to the 1,005 of you who supported me so far, and it really means a lot because 5 months ago when I started from zero, like at a certain point I honestly didn't think I was going to be able to do YouTube successfully, and even though 1,000 is a little success, it's still success to me, and it really means a lot to me knowing that 1,005 of you have my back, so thank you. And I'll keep making videos. Me having 1,005 subscribers means a lot more than having 30,000 gear score, but since we're on the topic of gear score, ignore that bus or whatever that was. Gear score is what we're going to be doing today. So I get a lot of messages about how to increase your gear score, and they forget to add the important thing which is how to increase your gear score without spending money. Because if you're gonna ask me what's the fastest way to increase your gear score, I'm gonna tell you to spawn. That's legit the only way to increase your gear score as quickly as possible. To spawn. The more you spend, the faster you progress. This is how it is. And no, we are not recruiting. Why are people applying, man? I almost clicked approve. Yo, I'm sorry. Today I have 5 ways to increase your gear score without having to spend money. Okay, so before we go on to that though, there's one thing I want to share with you guys is how gear score is calculated. So if you have common sense, you would have figured it out already, but if you're like me and you lack that little common sense, because I didn't figure this out until a couple of days ago. It's quite sad to admit, but it is true. So gear score is the sum of all these: attack, defense, and magic defense. So if you add all of these up, this should be your number. And if you look at this page, your gear score here, this is including the gear from the score from your furniture. So to check your furniture, you go here, right? This is how much you should be adding to your gear score, like this number here, and then you should get this number here. Alright, so this is quite simple, right? But it didn't click for me until a few days ago. So I've been doing this for a year and I don't know, 4 months, and yeah, without knowing this. So hopefully you guys are not like me and you know it already, or if you didn't and you watch this video, you know now, and no one needs to know that you didn't know before. Alright, so first way to increase your gear score is of course unlocking all your bubbles. Yeah, unlocking all your rings, right? And then unlocking all these little bubbles in between, so you can get your passes. So this one, like I'm just sorry, this one, no, sorry, just kidding, not this one, and this one and this one will be the ones to increase your gear score, because it increases by percentage, right? Increases attack by 3%, and then increases by 3,000. So this is just 3,000 extra to your gear score, whereas this is the percentage. And these as well, these will help you increase your gear score depending on how much armor and helmets you have. So that's why it's important for lancers and soldiers to equip as many helmets and armors as possible, because you get quite a nice boost from equipping these, and that will translate into a higher gear score. This is also true for using weapons of your class. Every class gets a boost from using their weapons. Hold on, where the fuck am I? Okay, so look here, like lancers get, increases attack of lance and scythe gear by 8%. So the more lances and scythes you have equipped, the higher your gear score. So this is something you guys should keep in mind when you're picking what to equip, okay? And also, I just wanted to make a note that higher gear score doesn't necessarily mean better performance, if that makes sense. Because, if I click auto equip sub gear, right? This will maximize my gear score, but this doesn't necessarily mean I have the best stats for what I want to do or the best utility for what I want to do. So always keep that in mind when equipping anything. The second way to increase your gear score is by unlocking the passes for all the other classes. Now, for each class, you see at the 6 o'clock ring, in every ring, there is a passive that translates regardless of what class you are. So it carries over, basically. And because of this, it also translates to a higher gear score no matter what class you're doing it as. So this is what I would focus most on, because not only does it help increase your gear score, but it also helps increase your survivability. Like if you're a Lancer, after you mastered your Lancer rings, you would move on to, I would say Archer or Soldier first. Archer if you need magic defense, and Soldier if you need defense. I would say you need more magic defense, right? So maybe go Archer next, and then Mage and Cleric you would work on last because these passives don't really help you out a lot. If you're Archer, you would focus on more on DPS, so I would recommend getting Lancer and then Mage, or the other way around depending on which magic attack or attack you need, okay? If you're a Soldier, definitely you would go for Lancer and then Archer because you also need that magic defense to survive against mages and you want more attack. If you're a Mage, I would say go Archer and Soldier for the 2 defenses, and then Lancer and Cleric is what you would do last, whichever you want to do last. And then Cleric you would get, of course, defense and magic defense, so the Soldier and Archer ring first, and that's it. So work on the passive. That's why farming proficiency is such a drag, but it's really rewarding at a low cost, really. So once you've unlocked those passives, your gear scores will automatically increase, as well as your general tankiness or your attack. Number 3 on how to increase your gear score is infusions. Now I already have an infusion guide, so if you haven't watched it, please do. In the guide I go through, like, if you're a Lancer, what you should be infusing first, like what things you should be looking for in your infusions. But I do want to say that if you have XXL, like Valk, if you have extra Valk stuff, XXL procs or reflection procs here, you should not be infusing one into the other because these are like probably like the rarest procs you can get in terms of how much you're spending, right? So I would not infuse one into the other because they'll always be useful and you can always get more, you know, high cost gear to infuse into them. So instead of, you know, using one to infuse into the other, you want to save them so you have more procs, if that makes sense. Okay, I don't think I mentioned that before, but I just want to put it out there because if people are infusing Valk stuff into Valk stuff, I think RNGs will be blowing brain muscles left and right. No, I exaggerate, but yeah, keep that in mind, okay? You don't want to waste your XXL procs or reflection procs on infusions. Always save them, and then, you know, when you get more stuff to use as infusion material, that's when you do it. Number 4 on gear score is to do your pluses. Here, my friends, is the bane of my existence. I hate doing pluses. I really do, because it's just so tedious, and like I have to click this every time I want to do pluses. There's also, you can also farm AAP of the Jabberwocky event, and the Cypher event was also really good for pluses. But like, you know, when neither of them are up, you have friend spawns. So friend spawns, the only reason why they exist is to get pluses, really. Or maybe cosmetics here and there when a team is being generous and, you know, actually releases new cosmetics in the friend spawn instead of the gem shop. Oh, McCormy, like I don't even have enough, I don't have space, man, guys. This is the struggle of a whale. You never have enough gold or space to do what you need to do. But when you're doing pluses, right, some of you might not know this, but if you're an older player, you probably should already know this. You need to plus an N item first. So when you do pluses, you always want to make sure you have an N ranked item and you're throwing all your pluses in there because this saves you a shit ton of money. It's a lot easier to augment. You're essentially augmenting when you're doing pluses, right? Augmenting an N ranked item is a lot cheaper than augmenting SSR or UR ranked items. So do keep that in mind when you're doing pluses. And last but not least, the simplest way to increase your gear score is to level up. So when level 90 people are asking me how to increase your gear score, I just look at them and it's like, dude, just level. You know, the more cost you have, the more stuff you can equip and higher your gear scores. As long as you're doing these 5 things, your gear score should always be increasing unless you hit a wall. Like if you're endgame player, like if you're already 130 and then you already done your infusions and you already done your pluses and you just hit the wall, then I say rest in peace. There's no other way to increase your gear score besides spending and getting better stuff and then upgrading your gear. But in the meantime, if you did hit that wall, you can also work on other classes, right? That's what I do for fun. This is why I have so many, like, I have the Mistake, my soldier class, and then the farmer mage class, And then Arch Nemesis, the Archer set. So I have all these. Oh, I also forgot Band-Aid. Like, this is why I have all these sets, so I can be like working on other things when my Lancer hits the wall. So always have like side projects, and that way you'll never be bored. Hey, there's a cleric. So usually whenever I join these quests, right, we have no clerics and everyone be carrying Ether Exchange instead of utility. I will never forget that traumatic experience of everyone dying constantly and not getting any kind of unison whatsoever because, oh my god, he's so squishy. Ay ay ay. Can I like get unblind, please? Jesus. Please don't AFK on me, brah. If you're gonna AFK, right? Like, a lot of people AFK in 55, which I'm okay with, whatever, you know? But at least AFK after we get stable, and if you're cleric, please don't AFK on me, please. I beg you. Why don't I get hit, yo? Hit me more, bitch! Let me get uni. Yo. Oh shit, this is gonna hurt. Oh, uni! Oh my god, guys, come on. Oh wait. A is a kitty. Kitty's gonna save the day. Katoria. It sounds like a food name, does it not? Hey, Chino. I know Chino. Okay, alright. I'm a uni. I got you guys. I should have KFC. Fuck. I keep forgetting I have KFC. It's just I'm not used to it. I'm always used to someone else using ward instead of me. I want to see another Mari in this game. Oh shit! So I got you, boy. Can you uni, bro? Can you uni? Jesus Christ! Oh my god! I hate Miko. I hate Miko. But yeah, I mean, this is a stable team. This is gonna be easy. I can't even auto. I'm gonna be fine. But I don't want to be auto because I want to get number 1. And if I talk too fast, do I talk too fast? Someone said I had a British accent, which, oh my god, you don't know how much that means to me. I've always secretly wanted to be British, but I can't because my accent game is too weak. And he says I sound British. I was like, oh my god, cheerio. Oh my gosh. I always love British accent, especially after I started watching BBC because I was into Doctor Who for like a couple of years, right? In college, I was really into it, and then I got into what is it called? Sherlock Holmes, but the British version with Benjamin Cumberbatch. I think that's how you pronounce his name, and he was he's so charismatic. Like, you know those. He's not. I don't think he's good looking. But he's so charismatic that holy shit. And the British accent is just like it's perfectly wrapped together. Okay. Gotta calm my tits. I gotta calm my tits, really. It's too early for this. But anyway, so ever since then, I've been trying to practice my British accent, but yo, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. I have too much ghetto in me to sound British. Tell me if I am wrong, okay? Tell me if I'm wrong. European accents are so much more, not valuable, appealing, there you go, appealing than, let's say, Asian accents. You see a guy with an Asian accent, you're like, this fob, get the fuck out of my face, right? That's how girls react, no offense. I mean, maybe you like Asian fobby accents, and I'm totally for that, you know? But if you see a guy with a British accent, or a girl, let me not be sexist here, or a girl, and she comes with you at with a British accent, you're like, holy shit, she's hot. It's like an instant +5, right? Like, if I start talking like this, I don't even know what that accent is. And this is the only accent I know. I don't even know what that is. It's like, if I start talking like this is Russian. What the fuck? If I start talking like this. If I start talking like this. I can't do it. I don't do accents on command, apparently. I can't even do a Chinese accent. Fuck. I'm a disgrace. Back to the topic of accents. It's true, right? Like, European accents are just so much, like, more attractive. than non-European ones, like Russian, Italian, British, what's Australian. It's like, oh my god, it's like an instant 10. But if you have like other accents, you know, it depends on the person, of course, but like usually they're not as popular. Like if I suddenly pop out like an Asian accent, you'll be like, yo, this chick just came off the boat from China, she doesn't know shit. I'm so if I'm wrong, tell me, but I feel like that's just how the world works. You know, seeing that KFC reminded me of yesterday. So yesterday while I was walking home, right, I have to go by a park when I walk home, and so when I passed by the park, I saw this huge ass bird. I don't know if it's a hawk. Probably, I think it's small. It was smaller than a hawk, but it was like brown with like specks of black on it. It was pretty big. Maybe it was a baby hawk, maybe? I don't know. Do hawks even exist in New York? I don't feel like they want to live in New York. But anyway, like one comes swooping down from like a tree. Like I can't even make this shit up because, you know, I'm not that smart. But one comes swooping down from a treetop, and then like it grabs like a pigeon, right, from its back. The pigeon just freaked out, right, and it just starts, I don't know, flapping its wings, trying to get away from the hawk, because it knew that its life was in danger. It's like, if I don't fucking escape now, I will be dead in the next 2 minutes. And so it started fighting for its life, and then finally it freed itself, right? But because it was trying to fly away and I was walking towards it, it flew by my feet and it brushed up against me, and I freaked out because it was like, no, I hate pigeons. I'm sorry guys, some of you might be pigeon lovers, but I'm a pigeon hater because, yeah, that pigeons are like flying rats, man. They're so dirty and they're so nasty. Oh, and like it flew next to me and it touched my leg. I was like, get away, and I screamed a little. And the old guy who was playing chess in the park, he was like, what the fuck is wrong with this chick? He gave me that what the fuck face. He's like, calm your tits, yo, you did not just almost die, okay? That poor pigeon almost died, but it flew off anyway. And then the bird flew off to the trees. Like, yeah, the whole time I was walking home, I was like looking behind me to see if the bird would attack me, because I was wearing like a hoodie, so I didn't know if it would catch its eye, because usually my hair is black, right? So I don't think, you know, they're attracted to black-haired people. But I was wearing like a kind of colorful hoodie, so I didn't know if it would just suddenly attack me on my head. And I was like preparing myself, like what to do if it starts attacking me on my head. Do I like scream first, or do I try to like knock it off my head, or like is it gonna claw my scalp off my head? Like all these thoughts run through my head. And then when I passed by the park and nothing happened, of course nothing happened, right? Shit. I was like, you ain't that special, girl. No hawk is gonna attack you. And so nothing happened, and I was like, I was a little disappointed. I was like, hey. Anyways. Oh, but anyway, guys. So if you're a Pokemon fan, you know that Pokemon Sun and Moon has been out for like a week now, right? So I got it on the 18th when it was released, and I've been playing it, but you know, I don't know why this month I've just been busy. Like, usually I can enjoy my time however I like, right? And then I'm too privileged like that, I know. But usually I can do that, and then this month I have so many errands to run, and then I have a lot of health checkups to catch up on. I feel like health isn't really something young adults are concerned about, because you're at the prime of your life, right? You feel healthy as fuck, you feel like you can do anything, you feel like you can run up 5 miles, and even though you're not in the greatest shape of your life, you feel like you'll survive it. And and because of that, you know, we don't really go to the doctors like every year. I wouldn't even say, like, I haven't been to my doctor in like 2 years, I don't know, in a long ass time. When my mom asks me about my health issues, or like tells me to go see a doctor, I'm like, stop being so annoying, you know, I got this. And like yesterday, she really told me something that kind of like struck in her. Like, I wasn't the healthiest growing up because I got sick quite often, right? And she said that, you know, if you get sick like that again, I won't be here. I won't be able to like be by your side always for like, I don't know, like 1 or 2 years. And that really, you know, that really struck that struck my heart. And I just like I gotta get my shit together when it comes to my health, and so I've been trying to sleep earlier. Like that's one thing, you know. Yeah, I sleep at like 3, 4, 5, whatever I want really, and I wake up in the afternoon, or if there's something to do, I have to wake up like earlier, and I usually am quite sleep deprived, even though you know I don't do much. But because of that, at that time when my mom said that to me, I felt that I owed it to them to, you know, take care of myself and, you know, stop fucking around with my health, stop fucking around with my sleep cycle, because sleep cycles are actually quite important. I looked it up. You know, Google teaches me so many things. You know, Google is great for like porn and hentai, but it's also good for information. I'll be back. As always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye!